Good Sunday morning to all my Gunners and Gunnerettes. Un buenos días, un hermoso días por los fanáticos de Barcelona, los cules y culecitas. I'm taking Spanish courses and my dad used to be my Spanish teacher, but he passed away, as you guys know, in 2022. So I'm taking like little courses from here and there, and well, the ladies are teaching me too. So shout out to all my senoritas, my mamacitas, abuelitas as well. Hello, oldies but goodies. They do educate you after you give them a good round. But anyway, but we are here today to talk about football. And last night I did post vlog episode number 19, my very first episode for 2026, but I was in a rush because I was watching the movie Crime 101 with Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, and I had to do a movie rating for that, so therefore I could not really um do a full video that's more than 10 minutes but under 20 minutes. So I came back today before the Arsenal match. I believe we are 15 minutes away from the FA Cup match versus Wigan Athletic, a team that we last contested against in the Premier League, I would say back in 2006, and the era of Thierry Henry as captain, because I believe that year Patrick Vieira left for Inter Milan. Now for so um, what I can say is that Arsenal will approach this game with no pressure. There shouldn't be any pressure from Arsenal FC because our focus should be solely on the English Premier League, and there shouldn't be any second thoughts. To win the Premier League, it will require for us to make sacrifices that will make some fans tear. Me, as a proper gunner that I am since 2001, I began watching this club evolve from 1996 with the Arsene Wenger program. Um, I want what's best for this football club, and it's a club that's dear to my heart. And I have spent more time with all than exes and women I've met, girlfriends, and even one wife, and others I cannot mention that are buried in the closet. So this club mean everything to me. Barcelona 2005, I began the project with my father, and but the Messi era really killed my belief after Ronaldinho was kicked out. We all know that. When you come to my past vlogs, you can see that. But since I've been back on the program since 2023, 24 with Lamine Yamal and the revival, I would say with Hansi Flick, I've seen progress that Arsenal have to learn from, and also errors that Barcelona make that Arsenal can learn from as well. But as for progress, I've had fans who were upset with the way I have drastically changed my opinions on Mikel Arteta. In September 2025, there was a meeting with Andrea Berta, Mikel Arteta, and that's after Edu Gaspar was fired for signing players. And the son of the owner of the club, Josh Kroenke, was in London at that meeting, at the Colney. They sat down to discuss the plans for Arsenal in the next 5 to 10 years. Rest in peace to Claude from AFTV. He's got to go. If he was here, he'd be proud of this plan. This plan is, if Arsenal fail to win the league this year, it's a big if, because we've made a lot of boo-boo and games that we could have capitalized off over Manchester City, especially the one against Brentford recently. Was it last Wednesday? It was a 1-1 draw, and I watched that after I came from work, and I was pissed off, dejected, but it is what it is. It's Arsenal. It's hit and miss. But the meeting went like this. Josh Kroenke gave Mikel Arteta an ultimatum: win the league or you at the door. So again, win the league or you are out of the door. So Mikel Arteta is under pressure to deliver, and if you win the Premier League, I'm happy. I'll be super happy because 22 years in the wait is a long time to wait for a trophy. And a club as big as Arsenal, we are the third biggest club in England. Manchester United have 19 trophies in the Premier League. Liverpool have 20, and Arsenal is third at 13th. So winning this trophy in May 2026 will be our 14th English Premier League, our 14th FA Cup. That this club is humongous by stature. Club like Manchester City and Chelsea have a lot to work on, but as for the Champions League trophies, that's impressive. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the Champions League and Chelsea, but they spend money for that. But when you come to Arsenal Football Club, we don't need the champion. Yes, we have to win a European trophy, but domestically, Arsenal is a beast. It's a machine that cannot be matched in English football. And the top five leagues in Europe: England, Spain, Italy, France, and Germany. It is a club that brought fee once upon a time, and then in the Invincible era, even them, they could not win the Champions League. So this year, if we don't win the Champions League, it's not something that's gonna bother me. Same goes for Barcelona. I'll get on that case later on in the vlog. But for today's game, and I was looking at the preview, and we will be without Bukayo Saka. I don't think that Martin Odegaard will make it to the game. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the lineup. We will have Kel in the goal between the post. Ben White starts, Saliba starts next to Mosquera, and Califiori start on the left flank. As for the playmaker, Ebenechi Eze will start. Please, Ebenechi Eze, perform like you were playing at Crystal Palace last year. That performance against Brentford was shit, and Arteta came to your rescue with the oh my god, the way that Brentford was guarding him, were double teaming. Nah, we are past that. These excuses, Mikel Arteta. I'm no longer gonna like talk bad about you. I give you your propers and your respect as a manager over the last 6 years. Whether you win the Premier League or we don't win it this year, and you get fired, you will leave this club knowing that I have paid you respect on your last season. Because Arsenal, let's just say Wenger left us in a bad spot in 2016, 17, 18. And Mikel Arteta came and brought this club from the realm of irrelevancy to being a top club again in English football and in Europe. So we have to give Mikel Arteta his respect. If Arsenal win the Premier League, I expect them to keep Mikel Arteta for the next 3 years. But if we lose it, I'm still gonna thank him for the job he's done. But to get back to this game, in the midfield, defensive midfield, today we will be without Zubimendi. So Norgard, Christian Norgard will be starting. The Danish will be starting in the midfield, and on the right flank, a wing back will be playing left center midfield today in the position that Declan Rice usually play, and this young man is Lewis Skelly. He will be playing in the midfield today. And up front, Gabriel Jesus will start. On the left flank, we have Martinelli, and on the right flank, we have Noni Madueke. And there is some bad news for the Gunners. Kai Havertz will not be starting. I don't know what's going on with him. I believe that they say he's injured again, and he's on the shelf. It's complicated. So on the bench, we'll have Gyökeres available, Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Antiape, Solomon, the young defender, Gabriel, and then Setford as the backup goalkeeper for Kepa, Tommy Setford, young Englishman at 19 years old. So Arsenal, we wish you good luck today. Let's try to reset the mind, and move forward from what happened against Brentford. Because next weekend we will be back in battle, and psychologically we need to get past these things. Because if you're gonna win the Premier League, there's gonna be ups and downs. And when I go to Wolverhampton on February 18th, I want Arsenal to deliver at the Molyneux. That's what I'm looking for. And now let's talk about Barcelona before I close my vlog for the day. Por los fanáticos de Barcelona, voy a hablar con Señor Deco. I'm speaking to Deco here. Deco, in the transfer window, you did promise me Marguehi, Nico Schlotterbeck, or Alessandro Bastoni. None of these players were signed in the transfer window by Barcelona. There was a big argument with Deco and Hansi Flick, and they made up since the argument, but the problems still remain. And that same problem was witnessed last weekend versus Atletico Madrid, a club who baffled against Real Betis and La Liga, Copa del Rey, Barcelona. I believe it was 5-0 or something. Was it Atletico 5-0, and then the Barca choked? Gerard Martin is a project, and let me tell you how the story of Gerard Martin, because it's my club. I know how it works. When Barcelona won La Liga with Inigo Martinez, he was 33, 34 years old. And yes, Barcelona have a policy similar to Arsenal's policy under Arsene Wenger. If a player is past 30 years old, it's very difficult to give him a contract, to renew his contract. So what happened was this. Inigo Martinez was offered a 6-month extension, which is disrespectful for a defender who just won you a league. And then Saudi Arabia came and made him an offer for his age, for his family to secure their financial situations. He took the deal to go to Saudi Arabia for a year. He even offered his services back in December 2025, and before the winter transfer window. He said, I graduated from La Masia. I'm Barca through and through. I bleed red and blue and yellow. If you need me, I will sign a contract for the next 6 months and play for Barcelona, even for free if I have to. That same contract was the one that they gave to the Portuguese guy who came back. What's his name again? 1 second. Let me see. It's the number 2 for Barcelona. He used to play for Manchester City. 1 second. João Cancelo. So João Cancelo at 31 years old. Don't forget that Inigo Martinez is 35. So we gave the contract that was supposed to go to Inigo Martinez to João Cancelo, which is good, because now you have the wing backs thing secured to win La Liga. This defensive core that we have at Barcelona will not win us the Champions League. The Copa del Rey humiliation, that whooping that we took from Atletico Madrid, psychologically it will impact this football club to the point where they cannot recover. Why do I say this? Gerard Martin is young and inexperienced at playing centre back. This is why, if you look at Barcelona, for those of you who follow the club, every training session or every match, you will see that some matches will take him out and we put Martinez at the back, because we put Eric Garcia at the back, and sometimes we'll even try to play with Jules Koundé, but because Andreas Christensen is hurt. Why do we do this? We do this because Hansi Flick is still trying to find a partner for Pau Kubasi. Pau Kubasi is a young man. He's 19 years old. Yes, he's a prodigy at playing defense, but he's not the solution to your immediate problem. He cannot solve what Barcelona is going through right now. He's a young man. He's not ready for this type of pressure. And we are putting too much on him. Switching him from that jersey number from number 2 to number 5, try to replicate Carlos Puyol, is way too early. He needs time to grow as a young defender, and he needs a proper partner who can help him do that. Right now, I'm looking at 2 defenders in the world since Mark Guehi went to Manchester City. They're both 26 years old. One is a captain for Diamondschaften in Germany, captain of Borussia Dortmund, and that young man's name is Dominic, aka Nico Schlotterbeck. Left back, he speaks Deutsch. Hansi Flick speaks Deutsch. They're both from Germany, they understand each other. And from what I heard is Dominic Schlotterbeck can speak proper Spanish. Y habla español. Very good. So now, if you have this guy next to Pau Kubasi, getting information from Hansi Flick, decoding it and then passing it down to Pau Kubasi, this would really help this young man accelerate his growth. I'm not saying he cannot defend. He can defend, but he cannot do it by himself. Because what Adama Lukman did to him the other day, that's the kind of stuff Interpol put APBs on for fugitives. It was criminal. And we need a proper center back to match, to complement Pau Kubasi the same way Rafael Marquez helped Carlos Puyol back in 2005 when Frank Rijkaard was the manager. As for the other left-footed center back, you have the Italian sensation Alessandro Bastoni. If we sign this guy to partner with Kubasi, I guarantee you next year Barcelona will win the Champions League. And there is also one more thing I have to address as for Barcelona is the left wing back and left back position with Alejandro Balde, who always get injured every season, the same as Pedri, same as Gavi. But we have so many midfield players like Marc Bernal, Casado, De Jong, even Dani Olmo can play in the center midfield. We don't have that much pressure in the center midfield. But at the left back position, whenever Balde get hurt, Gerard Martin is the one who fill in that spot. But because of the shortage of center backs that we have to keep switching back and forth, so there is no consistency. Now, Hansi Flick, I know that we are looking for a left wing back or a left back, and I have the perfect person in mind, and that man's name is Il Diamante, meaning the diamond in Italian. Federico Di Marco of Inter Milan. See, so to all my Barcelona fans watching this clip, this is the solution to your left back, Di Marco at Inter Milan. He's 28 years old, vast of experience, yearning for trophies, and I do believe that Inter Milan is on the way this year to win Il Calcio. Il Scudetto is theirs already, and once he finishes winning his 3rd Scudetto, he's going to look for a new challenge. And what better place to go to than the Camp Nou? But we'll leave it to Deco, and hopefully he don't Edu Gaspar this situation and give us the players that we need to accelerate and get the 29th trophy for La Liga, win it again next year to give us our 30th, win the Champions League, win the Copa del Rey, and the face of Real Madrid. So that's it for the complete vlog episode number 19 part 2. Happy Valentine weekends or Valentine's weekend with your loved ones. My love is Arsenal and Barcelona, so hey, I'm caressing both my babies today and tomorrow. Weekend today, Girona tomorrow. I was with the missus last night. Shout out to Trinidad, by the way, your daughter. Anyway, I'll see you guys next weekend. Peace out.